Hello, and welcome to the worst things ever, a definitive list of all the worst things in the universe. My name's Zack Weiss, number one Tuscan fan, but you may know me by my stage name, Jonathan Frakes. I'm joined by Christian Herrera.
Hey guys, it's me. Remember, I'm the new number one Tuscan fan.
No, and Eric Bayer.
Just as always, you know me as the number two Tuscan fan. How you doing,
I
folks?
don't know what we're not doing this continuous bit.
Number one Tuscan fan.
People come to this fucking show because we have a new answer every time and it's kind of fun. If we just say the same fucking answer every time, it's not going to be good. Okay?
After the fifth time, it'll be really funny.
It's not going to be funny at all, ever. I said Jonathan Frakes, who plays William Riker in Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh, that's who that is.
One of you should have said, my stage name is I don't know, Steve Buscemi or something. That would have been funny.
It's Star Wars.
It's not Star Wars. It's Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, my stage name's Zack Weiss.
I don't know. You're a bigger Star Trek fan than I am, and it took you like 30 seconds to think of another actor. Probably would have taken me like 5 minutes to think of another Star Trek actor.
You really put us on the spot there.
Yeah,
All right,
I don't know.
Fuck it. Eric has got a shitty microphone this episode. I hope that's all right. But
yeah, it's technical difficulties this weekend.
That's what we gotta live with.
He's recording in the Chilean mine.
Yeah, he's down there with Elon. He's trying to get it fixed. Elon apparently he trapped him, Eric, in that sarcophagus, in that sarcophagus submarine. So I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Yeah, my laptop fell into the red liquid everyone wants to drink.
That's the Egyptian sarcophagus. I'm talking about the one person submarine. Eric, there's a lot of sarcophagi.
Oh, Elon Musk's thing?
Yeah. Elon Musk, Ellen DeGeneres' wife. All right.
Ellen's fragrance.
Well, I'm just gonna assume that all those Thai boys. I'm gonna assume all those Thai boys just threw up inside that thing, and it was all red, and it's the same red liquid.
That's what the red.
They were eating nothing but sand and gave them red vomit.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I wanted to, before we get started here, let's do the poll results from our last episode, 2 episodes ago actually. So for the E3 episode that we did, we had
great episode, by the way.
It was a great episode. Tremendous episode. Lots of reveals. But the first topic was worst E3 presenter. With 3 votes, we had Jamie Kennedy, which was what we picked. 2 votes for Mr. Caffeine, and 1 vote for the Connectimals kid.
Okay. Jamie Kennedy takes it.
He takes it, as it should be, I think. And worst E3 leak, there were 4 votes for Mario plus Rabbids, which is what we picked also.
Yeah. Badass Peach.
And 1 vote from Kevin, who said every leak from Walmart Canada. Thank you, Kevin.
Poor Walmart Canada.
I know, they really shit the bed. Rage too.
That's very specific and non-specific at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Kevin. He makes a good point, though, I have to admit. And this one pisses me off because people, I feel like didn't. They should have went for the right choice, but instead they picked Eric's choice, basically. For worst E3 bit, they 3 votes for all the Just Dance bits. All Just Dance dancing bits. 2 votes for other, and 1 vote for the Pele FIFA interview, which is what we picked ultimately.
Wait, well, what was other?
Dr. Ryan says James Cameron over explaining Avatar.
Oh yeah, with no footage or pictures
bit.
or anything.
Wait, what year did that happen?
That was like 2007. He went up during the Ubisoft, I think, and just stood there and talked for 20 minutes about what Avatar was going to be. Didn't show any footage, didn't show any concept art or anything. He literally just walked up there and talked.
As in the movie?
Yes,
yeah, Avatar the movie. Not a video game. Yes.
Yeah, it was really odd.
Maybe Ryan's got a point there.
He has a good point. Maybe we can flashback that another time. And then Kevin said Battle Tag from E3 2010. I don't even remember that, so must not have been.
I kind of do.
But,
Yeah, it was like a laser tag type of thing.
And for worst E3 2018 announcement, we had Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order with 4 votes, Starlink with 2 votes, Kingdom Hearts 2019 with 0 votes, and no other votes. All right, perfect. Well, let's move right on.
Let's make some new memories.
Let's make some new memories. Let's make some new topics, new polls you guys can choose from. All right. So, the first topic of the show. Comic-Con was just this last weekend. By the time we're recording this, you're probably going to hear this a week later, but that's fine.
We're recording this before Comic-Con.
Yes. But we happen to have an insider. I'm not going to say his name, but his name rhymes with Bevan Biff. Bevan Smith. No, Bevan.
You are losing me.
We have an insider in the industry who's been leaking us all of the trailers, and it's
Who are you referencing?
Yeah, his name starts with a K, and his name rhymes with Bevan Smith. Okay.
We've got different insiders because mine's name kind of sounds like Games Jun.
Oh, Games Jun. Yeah.
I love Games Jun.
I love that guy. He's never said anything wrong.
I hope when Comic-Con rolls around, I hope he reveals some fun stuff for Guardians 3.
Hey, you know what? I hope he's at the Sony Pictures panel. I hope he's at the Disney panel. I hope he's in all of that stuff. Actually, Games Jun, why don't you come up on the podcast here and we can have a fun
we'd love
time.
to have you. Not too fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Not really, because I think Games Jun is just a great guy. But that's beside the point. We saw all the trailers already, even though Comic-Con hasn't even happened. And we want to do what's the worst Comic-Con trailer. I'll start because Godzilla. I feel like yes, it's Godzilla. No, I feel like I have a couple of good choices. I think objectively, which trailer is the worst trailer has to be Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's kind of a hot take. A lot of people are really into that right now.
Is it?
I don't know about that. Well, I mean, nobody's seen it besides us.
Oh, you're right. Disregard.
And Bevan Biff.
Yeah.
And
Bevan Biff.
And Games Jun.
Say him again.
No, that's all right. No, but I think all I need to say about the Titans trailer is that fuck Batman is so objectively dumb.
That's so stupid.
I don't feel like I need to say anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's not actually good. I feel like it's objectively the worst, like I said. But I'm going to go with a more personal thing. Which
that wasn't it?
Star Trek Discovery Season 2. And it's because I hated the last season. I think a lot of Star Trek fans felt pretty similar about that. Because it was so like actiony. There was not enough like diplomacy or science or exploration.
Not enough politics.
Not enough nerdy bullshit. And it was like all war and fighting. And this trailer is basically all of that. It's like all action and spaceships zooming around. And it's all dark and sad. And it's already introducing Spock. Which
Spock's in it?
Yeah, Spock and Captain Pike, Christopher Pike, are both in it. Spock doesn't actually show up, but the entire season will be about... The entire season is going to be about, like, tracking down Spock or whatever. But this really should have existed as its own thing, and Spock is confirmed to be in Season 2, like, as an actor. But what I think is most damning about this trailer is that they pick a song for it. It's a song that I don't think matches Star Trek at all.
What's the song?
Have either of you seen the trailer?
I didn't see the trailer.
Eric?
I didn't see it either.
Well, the song they pick for a Star Trek TV show is "I Want to Get Away. I
I
wanna
wanna
fly
fly.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah."
I
Um.
want a Milky Way.
Oh yeah, that's a good joke. No, but um, fucking, they picked that for a Star Trek trailer, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Sorry,
Now,
doesn't make
if
any
Lenny
goddamn sense at all.
if Lenny shows up
Seance, yes.
in season 2, would you be okay with it?
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
If he showed up, then maybe I could understand it. If it's like a Vic Fontaine and Deep Space Nine situation where Lenny Kravitz is a hologram and he's like down below decks, he's doing his "I Want
He's
to
doing
Get
like a
Away."
thing.
He's
Yeah.
doing that. He's singing that. He's reenacting his bit from the Hunger Games and the holo decks and the holo suites, even though they weren't invented
God. I forgot he was in that movie.
for another few years. Yeah, I mean that might save it, but I think that song is so like 1990s. I don't know why that's in a 2018 movie or TV trailer, and it just
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
fit Star Trek, which is weird.
I feel like that was their first choice.
I guess. And then it's so odd because the trailer, a couple of choice lines. This is just one. Is one of the characters yells, "This is the power of math, people." So that's a great line.
I can't wait to see that T-shirt.
And then it ends with an alien sneezing on somebody, and that's the whole joke. It's just somebody getting green gook all over their face.
He gets slimed.
And it's interesting because Seth MacFarlane's Star Trek like knockoff TV show also had a trailer this year at Comic-Con. And listen, I hate Seth MacFarlane, and he has very punchable face. But
Sure.
he somehow managed to make like a better Star Trek show than CBS. And it's really odd because the trailer for the Orville, it's super optimistic, it's hopeful, and it's fun. It's all about like first contact and like science shit. And it also uses a pop song, the song "All Right Now" by Free, which is a better song, but also they use an orchestrated version of it as opposed to
Just
Star Trek
the
Discovery,
CD
which
version?
is just the CD version of "I Want to Get Away," which is so odd. I feel like the Orville's trailer was so much classier than Star Trek Discovery's trailer, which is so weird because the Orville is like marketed as a comedy, even
Like
though
a
there was
spoof.
like way more stupid jokes in Discovery's trailer than the Orville's. Like if you watch them side by side, Discovery's trailer is like way worse, which is stupid. It's a fucking Seth MacFarlane fucking TV show. I don't know. It's just, it bothers me. I can recognize that Titans might be the worst just because fucking Robin says fuck Batman. But I think for me personally, it has to go to Discovery just because it's so tone deaf. It's like so not what fans want. And they still haven't tried to like correct course or anything like that. Also, Mega Man, the animated TV show trailer, is also really bad. But that show's
I mean,
not
what do you
for me.
expect at this point?
Yeah, that's kind of how I came around with it. So those are my picks. I don't know what you guys think.
I'm with you on the Titans because that's the one I saw of the ones you're talking about. Titans, they're never going to learn their lesson. DC's just going to keep doing what they do, and it's going to be terrible. And
Is it
people are
by
going to
DC?
sop it up.
Is it part of
It's-
like that whole cinematic universe?
No,
It's not part of the cinematic universe. It's part of their like TV show WB network.
Right.
Universe.
It's
People
it's
seem
one
to
of
like
those.
that though. People are really about the WB DC TV shows. I
Yeah, I've
have
heard
never
some
checked them out.
hit and miss things. Yeah.
Well, let me go ahead and roll into mine. I know Zach always has to go first, but maybe I'll go second for once.
Okay.
Speaking of DC, so Aquaman, boys.
Huh.
You guys see this trailer?
I sure
Yeah.
did.
So it was terrible. I watched it. First I read some of the comments that were like, DC figured it out. You know, it's so bright, it's so vibrant. They know what they're doing now. This is going to be so much fun. This trailer, it looks just like every other DC movie. The CG is so bad. Like, how are they like the biggest company in the world and the CG still looks terrible? It's like there was one shot in the trailer where like you see Aquaman like in the water or he's like riding on something and his like face is like barely tracked on his body. Did you see that?
His
Yeah.
face is coming off his body.
It's like it's not like fully like tracked on there. It looks terrible. It looks so bad. I don't care who the villain is. I don't care about the guy from Game of Thrones. It looks bad. It doesn't look entertaining.
I don't think it looks that bad, but it was the one trailer that I was like, I don't know. I felt like had the weakest punch of all the movie trailers. I felt like it was maybe the worst.
Yeah, it was pretty formulaic in terms of like, oh cool, we're getting the origin story again of him learning how to speak to animals and stuff, and look at all these. I feel like one trope of origin stories I'm getting kind of tired is just going back to like the childhood of the superhero.
Yeah, there's
And
always the childhood.
And showing like some tragedy where their powers went out of control or something, and it caused a bunch of shit to happen. I'm getting kind of tired of that. So once it's like the kid goes to aquarium, like all the animals.
It looked like
yeah.
it looked like the scene from the second Harry Potter movie. You know what I'm talking about? Does anyone know
the zoo when he talks to the snake?
Fucking no.
Yeah.
That's the first Harry Potter movie. Isn't
it the first? I thought it was the second.
No, it's the first one. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
I'm pretty sure it is, because that's the first time he learns about his powers.
All right, tweet at us, guys. The Worst Things Pod on Twitter. Tweet at us hashtag first Harry Potter movie if it's the first one. Hashtag the other one if it's the other one.
If it's the first one, also tweet Zach is right all the time.
Oh boy, you're starting something. Hashtag Christian is right always if it's the second movie.
Zach is right all the time, or Christian is right always.
But
but we're not gonna look this up.
I'm not looking it up.
Trust you guys.
I'm just gonna keep rolling with it.
Well, I'm gonna edit it in which movie it is, and if it's Christian's, I'm probably not gonna include this bit. But if it's mine, you better believe it's gonna go in there.
Wow, I'm gonna start a Twitter fight. Probably.
Okay.
Me and my goons.
You and Games Jun are gonna get on my ass on Twitter.
Zach, you don't realize this, but our viewers, they all love me, baby. They're all on my side.
Well, you are the likable one. That's very true.
Hey, I'm the likable one.
I'm the cute one.
You're the cute one.
Eric's
the funny one.
Yeah, and Christian's the likable one. Yeah.
So anyway, Aquaman.
It's interesting that you brought up the like DC is fun now thing, because there was a DC trailer I thought was fucking great, which was Shazam. And that did look great. I think that movie looks like a lot of fun. I'm not excited if like he starts doing dabs and shit. Or if he's like puffing vapes or something.
We're saving that for the full movie.
Yeah, I really hope that he has like a fucking fidget spinner. I really hope a superhero is using a fidget spinner. But I think that movie kind of understands what is maybe interesting about the Marvel movies and stuff. Where I feel like Aquaman it was still kind of the same thing of like these DC movies don't seem to be learning very much. And
no, and they're just gonna keep coming out.
Because like I didn't like Wonder Woman that much either, and I think people were more willing to give it a pass because, and I can understand this. The first like female superhero movie, like right on, but I feel like that movie might have fell short for me. So I think that we might see a similar situation with this one where it's gonna be an okay superhero movie, just not my thing, you know?
Shazam?
No, Aquaman, sorry.
Oh.
Shazam looks great. I'm excited for Shazam. I'm gonna check that shit out. But Aquaman, I think, is gonna be like Wonder Woman again.
I'm surprised they're still just going forward after what happened with Justice League, because Justice League failed pretty much,
Yeah,
didn't
it
it?
bombed.
Yeah.
But
I feel like they should
not
just
stopping 'em.
scrap the entire fucking thing. Like, honestly, at this point, since that movie did so bad and everybody hated it, like DC fans hated it because it was turned poppy, and people who didn't like DC movies in the first place hated it. I feel like they should just say fuck it with the cinematic universe and just put out movies that are gonna be fun. Like, I want to see Shazam because it looks like it's gonna be fun. I don't give a shit like how it connects to the other movies or anything like that.
Oh, I hope it doesn't. I hope they don't reference the other ones at all.
Like,
Nope.
I mean, that's why I love fucking The Dark Knight. Is because it's not connected to any other bullshit. You know, like maybe that's what WB should do. Is like, how about we just start making good movies again? Like, do fucking adapt some weird Superman story, like adapt Red Sun or something like that. Like, we already know all the characters. We don't have to have all these movies setting them up or anything like that. You can just have these characters show up, and the people who are about it are gonna get it, and people who don't know who that character is won't care if they're introduced properly in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
But if it's part of a cinematic universe, you don't have to worry about the movie having its own individual substance. You just realize, oh, people love this because it connects to all these other things, so then you don't have to worry about making like a good movie.
I understand the logic. I just disagree with it entirely.
I think it's foolproof.
Guys,
Eric,
it's
what's
been a
your
few
fucking
years.
pick?
It's been a few years since I've seen Batman's parents killed. Can we see that again?
I do want to see that again. Let's get the new Batman movie right on track.
Yeah.
And
well,
you know
that's
what? Where the fuck in Spider-Man Homecoming was Uncle Ben's death? I want to see that fucking 3 more times.
All right, Pickle Ricky Bear, give us your choice.
Well, yeah, my pick is gonna be Titans. I'm just gonna pioneer for it since you guys went off the cuff. You know, I think they're setting it up in a way where maybe Robin's gonna kill Batman's parents, and I think that goes against the canon.
I don't think that's
my-
what's happening.
You really think they'll do that?
I think it could happen. I think they'll make it canon, and then I think recently I watched Suicide Squad, and I didn't like it that much. I kind of got like what the appeal of it was, but it was just kind of like, okay, I'm not really into this, but like I get why some people are into it or whatever. But after watching the Titans trailer, I feel like that just made Suicide Squad look so much better.
I don't know about that.
Titans, because Suicide Squad, I feel like even though the characters are kind of hammy and whatever, at least it was like, okay, these guys are getting together, they're fighting a thing. But Titans just felt like such like a B movie almost. Didn't even feel like a really kind of well put together cinematic blockbuster.
It's not a movie, it's a TV show.
Oh, is Titans a TV show?
Yeah, it's going to be a TV show on WB.
Wait, I thought this was a movie.
Wait.
No, this is a TV show, you guys.
Why are they saying fuck on TV?
Well, it's an MA TV show. The trailer starts with TV MA. It's a TV show, you guys.
Well, I thought that was just like, I thought that rating was solely for the trailer, but never mind, I guess. But another thing it made me think of is it reminded me of Kick-Ass with like Nicolas Cage and
Kick-Ass was great though.
Well, Kick-Ass is good, but it reminded me of like a bad version of Kick-Ass. Like Kick-Ass was not good because it was just kind of like hardcore, ultra-violent superhero stuff. They're getting kind of rugged. Except Kick-Ass makes like a decent satire out of it. It has a good concept behind it. Where Titans was just taking this DC stuff and just making them say fuck and lots of blood everywhere, just kind of for the sake of, I don't know. I just didn't feel like there was any substance there. It just kind of felt like it was there to be pretty and to get people to like it. So that was another thing that kind of struck me wrong about that trailer.
Here's why I think you're disqualified, Eric. You thought it was a movie. You thought it was connected to the DC canon. I mean, come on. I agree with you. I think it's a dark, shitty trailer. It reminds me a lot of, I don't know. I can see where you're coming from with the Suicide Squad thing. I don't know. I think it's better than Suicide Squad.
You think Titans looks better than Suicide Squad?
Yes, absolutely. I hated Suicide Squad.
I hope Robin has sex with Batman.
But
Well,
no.
He said he's going to do it.
He said it.
He said it.
The thing is, it's not part of this movie universe. It's on WB. It's probably going to be connected to like Gotham and those other bullshit things. And I think it's mostly inoffensive. The fuck Batman thing is so bad and wrong, and I hate it. But it's not gonna affect me at all. Like,
yeah,
it's just a TV show. You know what I'm saying?
Exists in its own bubble.
Yeah. I mean, I feel kind of. I don't know how you guys feel about Star Trek. I don't know if my argument convinced you, even though you guys haven't seen it. But I don't know, because Christian does bring up a good point about Aquaman. I feel like the fact that it's a movie maybe increases its value.
Yeah, Aquaman was my second pick after Titans.
But I also, like I said, my first argument when we started was fuck Batman is really stupid. And I think that should probably get some recognition. So, I mean, how do you guys feel?
I feel like you guys' choices are innocent enough compared to Aquaman. They just keep doing the same thing.
I don't think Aquaman was that bad, though, like, as a trailer.
Let's
think about the actual trailer. Like, the movie doesn't look good. I'll agree with you on that. But is the trailer that bad? I don't know.
Yes. I said it.
Like I said, I thought the first half of the trailer was just so generic and bland. The second half of the trailer was kind of better, but like Christian was saying, it's one of those things that's just in general problem with all superhero movies. But the whole thing just turns like a CGI fest of like, look at this computer generated underwater world, and look at the Aquaman swimming around, and his face isn't even lining up with his head. So yeah, I still think that the Aquaman trailer was not. I mean, it had a couple good beats of like, oh yeah, like there might be some fun stuff. This might be a fun movie, but I think as a collective trailer, it wasn't great. I give it like a C minus.
C minus.
Yeah.
I think Titans maybe gets an F though. So.
What about?
I think Titans maybe gets an F.
Yeah.
A D?
That's kind of harsh.
A D? Can we say a D?
Fine. On
the critic report card, I think it gets a D at least.
This is what people want. They can have it. There are people out there that'll give this trailer an A.
I'm sure you're right. I just think fuck Batman is a really stupid thing for Robin to say, and I hate it. So, can we all agree that line is maybe the stupidest thing?
No,
we've heard
definitely
in a
the
movie trailer in a while.
It's gonna be the next. It's gonna be the next Pickle Rick.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how people feel about this because the trailer hasn't aired yet.
Right. I was talking to our insiders. Our insiders really seem to be into it.
Yeah. Pon Roman. He's another one of my insiders.
Who are the other ones? Pon Roman.
Games Jun and Bevan Smith. And Twinton Quarantino.
Twinton Quarantino. Give us one more.
Old Tintin Quarantino. No, that's all right. All right. I'm gonna pick Titans. It's gonna be Titans. Christian, how do you feel about Titans?
Listen, they're all bad. You can have it. You can take Titans.
Titans
with
it
you.
is. Lock it in.
Oh my God, it's locked in.
Bring
it back.
Lock Batman in.
Great.
Lock him in the room with Robin. See what happens. Well,
that was kind of our theme topic this episode, but I have another topic. I have my own topic. It's gonna be worst Disney animated movie. Um,
This
Now,
is very exciting.
yes, very exciting. I watched a Disney animated movie that I knew was going to be bad before we started.
Wait, can I say before we get into it, everyone listening, I hope you listened to the prologue to this episode that went up on Twitter about 2 days ago.
No, it didn't go up on Twitter 2 days ago. It probably went live with the thing. But
I'm just trying
so-
to make work for you.
yeah. So the let me take you guys on a little stroll here.
Oh God!
Oh shit!
If I don't like your choice, I'm gonna scream.
All right. So our movie
Oh my
opens up
God.
after a little like musical number, right?
Oh God!
Just like a lot of Disney movies. I'm not gonna say what the musical number is. But
Can I? If I know what the movie is, can I say it? Or are you gonna get mad?
No, you're gonna. I mean, I'm gonna lead right into it, and you're gonna get it right away. So,
Yeah, oh, God.
it starts with a musical number, with a certain rabbit,
Oh God!
and then we hear Roseanne Barr narrating.
How did I know?
Yep, she's a cow. She turns around, we see her udders, and she says, "Yep, they're real.
Ugh.
Quit staring."
God, Roseanne. Home on the Range, boys.
I wanted to point out, like, Home on the Range, that's what my movie is. Roseanne Barr is a cow. Judi Dench is a cow.
Jennifer Tilly, also
Jennifer
a cow.
Tilly, also a cow.
Jennifer Tilly's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah, she plays a hippie
Oh.
cow.
Oh my God.
And
she plays the Jennifer Tilly cow.
there are some weird moments I wanted to bring up. These aren't like points. I think my main point about Home on the Range is that it basically killed 2D animation entirely. For Disney, like they started again with Princess and the Frog, but that wasn't enough to bring it back. Like, Home on the Range was kind of like the last nail in the coffin for 2D animation. And
When did that come out?
2004?
7. 4?
I
5?
think so.
I want to say 2005 or 6. Maybe I'm wrong. Actually, no, 2004 because Chicken Little came out in 2004.
It was 2004. I just looked it up. But yeah, my main point is just that it killed Disney animation. Also, there's some really weird CGI in the movie. Like, there's a bunch of moments where cows are just CGI cows. Like, they have a big shot of these cows in a field, and there's like a close-up of one, and it's just a straight CGI cow. And like they're using this technology from Treasure Planet that was super revolutionary. It was like they would CG this entire environment and then they would paint over it. But there's not like a single shot that utilizes it in Home on the Range. Also, all of the characters are basically fucking the genie from Aladdin.
Yeah.
But there's not like an Aladdin character to balance it out. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not a straight man character.
Sure there is. The rabbit.
No, he makes a bunch of horrible. Also, he shows up like in the last 20 minutes of the movie, which is so weird. Like, what the fuck was the point? So here's a couple weird things I noticed. Jennifer Tilly, she's a hippie cow. She's chewing hay at the beginning, and then somehow she blows a bubble with the hay, like gum.
Like it's gum.
Yeah. And they set up a gag with the Cuba Gooding Jr. horse.
My favorite character.
Where the best bounty hunter, his name is Rico. He wants a fresh horse, even though he just rode into town on a horse. I don't know what the fucking deal is, but anyways. And then the sheriff, who the Cuba Gooding Jr. horse belongs to, starts naming like qualifications a horse needs to have. And the Cuba Gooding Jr. horse is bouncing all around. He's fucking jumping on the buildings, and he's playing tic-tac-toe with a dog, a bunch of shit. And he's like trying to prove to Rico how good of a horse he is.
Yeah.
But they're like trying to set it up so they're gonna subvert it. Like he's not gonna pick him,
And then he picks him.
but he picks him, and then they just ride off together. It's such a weird scene. I don't understand it, but whatever. Another weird thing, there's a really racist caricature of an Asian guy who doesn't speak any English and he has to be subtitled because he's just speaking in like Japanese or
God, I
something.
forgot about that.
Played by Roseanne Barr.
Also, there's a bunch of horny bulls
Uh-huh.
that keep trying to fuck the cows. At one point, a bull, the Judi Dench cow, she's talking to a bull. She's like, "You better get your hoof right off me, or I'm gonna remove it." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, miss. I thought you was the blonde." So that's a good bit. But the bulls are always trying to fuck the dairy cows because they're dairy cows. I don't know. That somehow is more appealing to a bull cow.
It's because they're thick.
Well, I mean, Roseanne Barr cow is definitely thick. She does say they're real, and she does tell you to stop staring. But yeah, it's weird. Like, there's so many fucking stars in this piece of shit.
Yeah, you haven't mentioned American criminal Randy Quaid
Randy
yet.
Quaid's in it, alongside Roseanne Barr. Steve Buscemi's in it. He plays fucking Wesley or something. He's a little.
Which one's that?
He's a little midget. He looks like that character from Ratatouille, the mean chef.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
It's just a bad movie. I don't know what else to say. It looks bad. There's not like a consistent style. The movie's about fucking a bunch of cows like trying to become bounty hunters, basically. It reminds me a lot of The Good Dinosaur. I feel like it's Disney Animation's The Good Dinosaur. So that's my pick.
It's got nothing going on
That's
other
my
than
pick.
there's animals.
I don't know what you guys think. Also, I feel like maybe we should knock it down a few pegs because it's got Roseanne Barr in it. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I liked Roseanne, the show, originally. I didn't bother with the new version.
Why not?
My own choices.
Well, we should really get Games Jun starting on a new Roseanne Barr TV
Yeah, maybe
show.
he could be doing the new Roseanne.
Yeah, that'd be good. After he finishes that other movie he's working on.
Guardians 3. Can't wait.
Hey, no, we're not supposed to say his name. He's anonymous. Games Jun. Remember?
Oh, no.
You fucked it up,
I
Christian.
messed up. I'm sorry.
Cut this out.
So yeah, fucking Home on the Range. It's a bad movie. Don't watch it. I paid $1.99 to rent it on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, I did because I wanted to be sure this is my pick before. It's only an hour too, which is really strange. It's like not worth it at all. It's so bad. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
An hour
Alameda.
too long.
I wonder if the Alameda Slim wanted poster is still up at Disneyland.
Where was that?
That was at like the ranch for a while. I don't know if
There's
they,
no
like,
ranch.
I know there is no ranch anymore, but it used to be at the ranch, and then they demolished it. So I don't know if that's still up anywhere. But
I'll let you know.
okay, good.
I'll ask someone.
What do you guys think of Home on the Range?
My
Have you guys seen
favorite
it?
film. I'm kind of upset at your decision.
Okay.
Jesus.
You know how people like will eat at Papa John's even though they don't like it, just to, you know.
Yeah, I've
That's
done that
me
a
right
couple
now.
of times. Okay.
Oh, because of their political choices.
Yeah, just like Games Jun. Christian, what's your pick?
Guys, I love Disney movies. Did you know that?
Yeah, I had trouble coming up with this because, like, I think Home on the Range is objectively the worst, but I think most of them are actually pretty good. I was even watching Home on the Range, like, you know what? This has got an okay structure, I guess. It's not horrible. It's a fine movie. I think it's boring and it's got nothing going on for it, but it's fine. So yeah, I can totally understand where you're coming from. That angle. What's your pick though?
I take you back to a simpler time.
Chicken
A
Little.
time, the year 2005.
Oh my god.
No, it's not 2005. I'm not picking Chicken Little. Chicken Little's awful, guys. But you gotta. I'll let him pass. They tried. But anyway, A movie that seems to really not have tried is Dinosaur. Did you guys see Dinosaur?
I used to love Dinosaur.
There's so much wrong with Dinosaur. There's only one good thing about Dinosaur, and we'll get to it in a minute.
Is Andy Dick in that movie? Does he play the monkey?
That sounds right. That sounds very possible. If not Andy Dick, then an Andy Dick type.
Now, you were saying before we started that Matt Damon played the main dinosaur, and I did not know that.
Matt Damon. There's all kind. I'm gonna actually look it up because there's a star-studded cast in this movie.
Dinosaur came out in 2000. That's weird.
Is it Matt Damon? It might not be.
You said it was Matt Damon.
I say a lot of things. I don't
know.
know.
Ben Affleck in it?
Is Ben Affleck in it? I don't know. Listen, if you guys watch Dinosaur, it's so painful. First of all, the CG is so bad. This is like the first, I think, fully CG movie that Disney did outside of Pixar.
Fucking Matt Damon's not in it at all.
Listen, bro.
It's DB Sweeney. I don't even know who DB Sweeney is.
How could you not know DB Sweeney from such great things as Ice
and Dinosaur? And Taken 2, he's in that.
And Extraction.
And 24.
And Touch.
Okay, let's move on. Hayden Panettiere's in it though. She plays Suri. Is that the dinosaur he wants to fuck?
No, that's
Is that a monkey? Is that a monkey or is that the dinosaur?
That sounds right. I want to say it's a monkey.
Okay. I mean that would make more sense because I think she was a little kid at the time, so that maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, probably shouldn't be trying to have sex with the little child, but hey, you know what? In the dark, it's all the same, right?
Nira, who is played by Julianne Margulies.
Nice.
Juliana Margulies. Margulies. She plays Nira, and I think Nira is the dinosaur he wants to take down to Bone Town. You know what I'm saying?
From such great shows as The Sopranos.
And ER. Christian, tell me why you hate this beloved classic.
Her name is Nira in Dinosaur, and on Scrubs, she played a character named Nina.
Interesting.
Very
Christian,
interesting.
Please.
You wanted to do this. You wanted to talk about the IMDb. Listen, guys.
This is a new segment called IMDb Facts. Here we go. IMDb Information Hour.
IMDb Information Hour. Listen, Dinosaur is actually really bad.
It's really good.
It's like one of those road trip type movies. They just walk from A to B. There's really no conflict other than...
Well, it's the story of Dinosaur Moses.
It's Dinosaur Moses. He's got his little gang of monsters. I'll call them monsters because they loosely look like dinosaurs. They all look terrible.
They're lemurs.
There's lemurs. What else? What other kind of animals we got in that one?
Dinosaurs. There are dinosaurs in that movie. You know what's interesting about that movie is I think, and I might be wrong, I think that was originally supposed to have like no dialogue at all.
The whole movie?
Yeah, because I remember that was a point of contention, like when the trailers were first starting to circulate. Is there was like all of the trailers had zero dialogue, and it was just like majestic shots of like fucking early 2000 animation.
Yeah.
I mean, late 1990s animation, I guess, because the movie came out.
Because it came out, yeah.
But it's just all shots of dinosaurs not talking. I think that original trailer is just like an egg that's getting like tossed around and shit.
I remember the egg. I remember the
opening of the movie. But yeah, I don't think originally, like in development, I don't know if there was ever supposed to be talking, and then they added it later because there was concerns.
Because who wanted to see that? I had so many toys of that egg and those dinosaurs. But like I was alluding to earlier, the only good thing about the movie Dinosaur
is the ride.
Dinosaur in Walt Disney World.
Dr. Seeker, I love that guy.
You gotta love Doctor Seeker. Why are there no Doctor Seeker T-shirts at Disney World? I don't know.
Why are there no Dr. Seeker action figures? You know what I'm saying?
That's
get
a
one of
better
those.
question. Yeah, Doctor Seeker, great character. Let's have him on the show. You could get him, right?
We can probably get him. We can probably get him, and we can probably get the test track people. You know, the two that are like hanging out and they're like making fun of you while you're getting sprayed with toxic gas and shit. Let's get those guys on, and let's get Dr. Seeker on.
What other Disney World Q people could we get?
We could get Gary Sinise from Mission Space.
From Mission Space, Gary Sinise, we could get him. Eric Idle, he might be available.
Ooh, Eric Idle, let's get him. Yeah, we can do that.
What do you think of that, Eric?
Too many actors.
All right, next.
Eric's gonna shit on all of our opinions, I guess. Listen. Here's my point on Dinosaur. I like Dinosaur. I think it's good. I don't. Okay, it's not good. You're right. It's not good. It's maybe one of the worst ones. But I think I enjoy it more than Home on the Range. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's really boring looking. Like they're just walking through a desert for an hour and a half. But I don't know.
The fun part with the where he looks like a disco ball and he's hypnotizing the cows.
No, that part sucks. You're thinking of Home on the Range.
Yeah, I know.
And he yodels. He's a yodeling bad guy.
He's a yodeler. Listen, I'm a fan.
His name in Home on the Range. His name is Alameda Slim, but he takes on the persona of Y. Odell.
What does that mean? Oh, like yodel.
Yes. Eric, what's your pick for worst Disney animated movie?
I'm going a little bit more new age than you guys are.
Interesting. Frozen.
No, I don't mind Frozen that much. I saw Frozen actually only a couple of years ago, and I didn't mind it that much.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wasn't great, but no, I'm going with Moana.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah,
You're out of your goddamn mind.
I love Moana.
Moana's great.
Nah.
Go explain yourself.
It's so boring. It's
great.
It looks nice.
The music's good.
Simple. Yeah, I mean, there's a few good songs in there, but like,
hey,
the story
Eric, sing me a fucking single song from Home on the Range right now.
Home on the range.
That's not in the movie.
Where the deer and the antelope.
That's not in the movie.
I know a place. Do something. Do. God, how does the rest of that stupid song go?
I watched it.
Little slice of heaven.
Little patch.
A little patch of heaven in the sky.
I watched the movie like 40 minutes ago, and I could not tell you how that song
I just
goes.
sang you that song, and I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Alan
Menken wrote that song.
Alan Menken can shove it up his ass because that was a bad fucking time for him.
But Moana has good songs.
Yeah, it does. It has really good songs.
It's
really
got
good parts.
It's got a beginning, a middle, and an end. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it has that going for it, but it's the same beginning, middle, and end as like most other bland Disney. Well, maybe it's just because I'm starting to notice this shit more as I get older. But yeah, it's just like simple. Girl goes on a quest. She meets this other weird character. They form a weird friendship. Then some dramatic thing happens that splits them apart. They're mad at each other. Then the main conflict comes in. Things start to look grim. Then the friend who you thought was mad at the other one comes back and helps them save the day. They come together, and then they beat the bad guy. And that's like the end of the movie.
Here's the difference between Moana and all those other movies you're talking about, though, is Maui and Moana are not trying to take each other down to Bone Town. They're not trying to bone. That's not a romance, because Moana is like 16 and Maui is also a gross monster.
Doesn't have to be a romance.
Well, but all of the other Disney movies are that you're talking about. Like the ones that have that similar plot structure, like Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid and Pocahontas. Pocahontas and Little Mermaid are very similar to Moana. But they're like their main motivation is they're trying to bone, and Moana just wants to see the sea. She wants to save her tribe and see the sea. Um, and I understand it's derivative, and I agree with you on that. But I think that there are some good aspects of that movie that maybe make up for it. I think it's beautiful, like the ending, especially like when she's walking towards fucking the lava monster lady.
Taka.
Taka, thank you. And she's like putting the heart back in. That shit is so gorgeous. Like that shot where she's walking through and there's like water all around her. Or like the opening when she's a baby and like the water is swirling around her. I think that stuff's great. It's maybe not my favorite, but I don't know. I like it.
Thoughts?
I like the music a lot too. Like fuck, I like the I like all of Maui's songs. I like I
love The Rock. I'm a big rock guy.
I like the song when she's in the cave and she bangs on the drums and then it's like it shows like her tribe being sailors and shit. Like that's such a cool scene.
Away, away, we sail a course to find. You didn't like that, Eric?
Nah, it looks nice, but I wouldn't watch it again.
Well, I think Christian and I both like Moana. So
you know what?
Yeah,
I think Eric's turned me. Zach.
No.
Hell yeah.
Christian, please.
I think it is the worst Disney movie.
No.
So it's
Christian, it's
awful.
not.
Christian knows what I'm talking
please.
You know what? The songs suck.
Yeah, the songs are all right.
You know what?
You know.
It's ugly too.
No,
Yeah.
Christian. Eric, between Home on the Range and Dinosaur, which one do you think is worse?
Home on the Range.
Lock it in. Next.
Okay, lock it in. Great. Home on the Range it is. Perfect. So the next topic, I'm going to throw it right on over to Eric. Eric, what's your topic?
Oh, right. Yeah, my topic. My topic for this week is gonna step away from Comic-Con and Disney movies and all this
Pop culture bullshit.
Pop culture escapism that we like to surround ourselves in and just huff all the time.
Worst president.
We're saving that for a special guest. It's not that one.
Who's our special guest? Roseanne?
Secret.
It's Donald
Close.
Trump. It's Donald Trump. He's coming on.
Yeah, Donald Trump's coming up. But yeah, let's get away from the pop culture and escapism. Let's get back to reality. Let's get back to real life.
James Gunn is coming on later, but
yeah, it could be. Let's get back to the things that are part of our actual lives when we're not sitting around watching movies, and that's family.
That's all I
do. Family is they're important people in your life. You gotta check in with them every once in a while.
That's really what the movie Moana is all about. It's family.
It's about family.
And that's what's so powerful about it.
They set it up that way, but then she spends the whole movie by herself with the Rock.
Hey, there's a chicken there too.
And a chicken, yeah, I guess the chicken's a pet.
And the water is
the water's a character.
Yeah, the water's.
They basically become family. But Eric, please continue. I'm sorry.
I say don't.
I see. You're missing the point of what I'm talking about. You can't get away from this escapism. You got to keep dipping back in the well. But what I'm saying is you got to embrace the real life, and that's what we're going to do with this topic, which is going to be worst conversation topic you can talk about with family. So, I mean, obviously,
this is going to be fun.
Worst conversation topic in itself, that's its own can of worms. But I'm just talking about, like, what's the one thing you hate talking about your family with? What's the one thing when it's your family brings it up, your eyes just roll, you don't want to get into it, you got to step away for a second, or maybe there's just some lame stories there. That's what I'm breaching here. That's what I'm all about right now.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Ricky. Let's go roll into your story.
And I don't have any crazy stories, but one thing I just want to bring up, and my pick for this is gonna be, I think any kind of like boring job. That's not to say like all jobs in general, but I feel like you got to realize when you have like a job that's worth talking about and a job that's not worth talking about.
Uh-huh.
Like there's some interesting jobs, there's some cool jobs, and there's just like, okay, you work retail at a store, or you work at a grocery store. It's like you got to learn when to talk about, your job and when you're not. Don't you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. There's definitely plenty of those around my life, but I feel
It's
like I
like
don't ask. I don't ask.
Yeah, well, hey, that's what I'm getting across here is that there's some I definitely have members of my family that it's like the only thing they know how to talk about is just literally, hey, what's up? Okay, so how you been working? Great. Well, I'm working here still, and like I have some members of my family that have worked the same job their entire lives, and every time I see them, they will talk about that same job with the same problems every single time. Like I have other members of my family that are like super cool. We like similar things. We have similar sense of humor. We jive, and like I feel like I could get there with these other family members, but it's just like
They don't want to talk about that.
yeah, they feel obligated to like get life updates. They feel obligated to get life updates instead of just talking about like nonsense, I guess, because they're adults or whatever. So they feel like they always got to go to or sometimes they'll talk about school, which is a little refreshing. But considering my family at least is mostly all adults, it's like we're all out of school. So,
Find some kids, throw them in the
yeah,
mix.
right. You need the kids to freshen it up. We need more kids in this family too. Also, on that point, just because kids don't have jobs, so they can't talk about jobs, so they can talk about more interesting things. That's what I think. But anyway, I think I'm just starting to vent a little bit here, so I'll throw it to one of you boys.
Well, I mean, for me, I had a lot of trouble with this topic, and I think I've finally come up with an answer. I was struggling like minutes before we started. I was like, "What the fuck should I pick? What the fuck should I pick for this?" And it hit me when you were talking. I think sports and politics are something that I really don't like talking about.
Yeah,
Especially when we're like at lunch. My family and I are at a table at lunch. But I can deal with it. I can just kind of like tune it out, whatever. But what makes my skin crawl, what makes me like have to get up and like leave, is whenever they talk about memes.
Oh my god! As you were like describing that, I was almost thinking like, oh my god, my family, has become obsessed with Facebook over the last couple of years too, and like that's a topic I immediately want to check out anytime they bring up Facebook.
Yeah. Well, for me, with memes, like I've had lunch conversations where somebody's played "What Does the Fox Say?"
Oh no!
Like at max volume, and they're like, "Hey, check this video out. Have you seen it?" After the video's been out for like 3 months.
Right.
And that just drives me insane. And like, my family listens to the show, so I'm not gonna point out any names.
Mom.
And I feel kind of bad.
Weren't you talking about the show before we started recording? You were ranting about your mom. I don't know what that was about.
No, I didn't do that. I never did that.
Kind of seemed like an attack.
She doesn't listen to the show anyways, so.
Let me ask you guys, when you're like at a family thing and they're like, oh, I gotta show you this funny video, and they start showing you their video on their phone, how long is too long where you're like, now watch, where you like try to get out of it?
I've usually seen the video at that point, any video my family tries to show me, I've probably already seen.
But they really want to show it to you. They want to have that live. They want that live reaction, even if you've already seen it. They're like, "Oh no, look at this. Let's watch it." Ha ha ha. Oh, you've seen it? No, isn't it so funny? And then you're watching it. How long is too long before you're like, put the phone down?
Well, for me, it's like 30 seconds. If it's a video I like, maybe I'll stick around longer. But I'll usually be like, "Oh shit! Oh, did you see they got free hot dogs? Oh shit!" And then we'd go off. I don't know why that's a good example. Free hot dogs. I don't think that's ever happened. But what I'm saying is, like, if I'm at a gathering or something like that, I'm gonna go like just fuck around the fucking buffet booth or whatever, to get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I'm gonna say I need to wash my fucking hands.
I don't even do that. Like you said, if it's tolerable, I might stick around for a little longer than 30 seconds, like maybe a minute, 2 minutes. I feel like once I see the timer hit 2 minutes, I'm like, all right, I've been watching this for 2 minutes, and I'm not gonna sit here and watch the whole thing. I usually check out at that point. But if it's like something that's like really redundant, or I just really not into it, it's 30 seconds, and I don't even make an excuse. I just stop watching it. If they're like, no, come on, you got to see the rest, I'm just like, I got it. I just tell them I got it. Like, I know what this is. Like, you don't have
Hey, you gotta see how it ends.
No, I just tell them I got it. Like, I don't even make an excuse about it.
I'm not that brave. I sit through the whole thing.
Jesus, you're patient.
I don't care how long it is. I'm just sitting there.
So I think that might be it for me. Is memes.
Yeah. What I want to ask Christian. So, do you sit there and watch the video because it's less time to talk about something that you don't want to talk about?
No, because it's the opposite. Because usually in that scenario, you're like at a party, or like you're at a table with like a lot of family or something, and that video is begging for your full attention, and there's a million other things you could be doing. But no, I'm not watching it because I want to watch it. I'm watching it because I don't want to be rude.
Oh wow, you're more courteous than I.
I'll watch the whole 4-minute Gangnam Style music video. Sure.
Oh my god, you're like some Clockwork Orange stuff.
Man. All right, let me give you my topic, boys.
That's my least favorite Disney animated movie.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
It's a shame they didn't do a direct-to-DVD sequel.
Yeah, the Disney Toons studio never did Clockwork Orange too, which is...
They never had a chance.
Yeah.
All right, boys. My choice is a little different because it's not really something that other people bring up. It's more so something I bring up.
What?
Every time I'm at like a extended family thing, there's only so many things I could bring to the table conversation-wise.
Right. Yeah.
And so anytime I'm like, oh, I just saw this movie, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I saw that too. Let's talk about it. You realize very quickly how little most people care about movies. They're either like, yeah, I saw it. It was good. Or, yeah, I saw it. It was bad. And that's pretty much as far as they want the conversation to be. The second you start talking about anything else, they're just, I didn't pay that much attention. I don't know about you. And then you become the jerk who was like, oh, sorry, bye.
I'm honestly the jerk who, like, does that also, where I'll bring up movies and shit. And I'll even though I hated it, even though we were just talking about it, I'll show movie trailers sometimes, and I have to, like, stop it if I know they're not about it.
Oh, that's a slippery slope. That's like a 3-minute commitment.
I know. Like, I showed my mom the Godzilla trailer, and she was like...
her eyes must have rolled.
After it was done, she was like...
She saw that 3-headed dog or whatever that is, and she's like, what is that?
That's King Ghidorah, but... anyways.
Yeah, what's kind of funny is that I never bring up the movie topic with my family, but sometimes it does come up, but I'm never the one to bring it up. And when someone does bring it up, I usually go all in. And thankfully, whoever usually brings it up is also willing to go all in and talk about all kinds of movies and whatever. But I definitely do have one or two relatives, and specifically the people I'm thinking of even aren't even relatives. They're like girlfriends of relatives that just always come to these things. And I've had them try to talk to me about movies, and it's the thing you're talking about, Christian, where it's like they'll bring up a movie. Oh, did you see this movie? No, I haven't. What'd you think of it? Was it good? Should I check it out? Yeah, it was awesome. You should check it out. Okay. And then they'll bring up another movie. Oh, what about this movie? I saw this movie recently. Oh yeah, I like that movie. What'd you think? Nah, it stunk. I didn't like that movie. And then they'll literally like rapid fire movie titles at movies. Me. And it's just, was it good?
Just ask for the report card.
Yeah, I know. It's just, was it a good movie or was it a bad movie? I liked it. You didn't. Okay. They just bring up another movie. Like, they don't want to talk about one movie for too long. It's like you said, it's just a report card of what movies did we like and didn't like.
All right. Well, let's pick one of these, you guys. We got movies, we got memes, and we got Eric's pick.
Eric's pick.
Bad jobs.
Bad jobs.
Bad jobs. That's what it was. Bad jobs.
Not Bad Moms. The movie. Bad Jobs.
Teacher.
Not Bad Teacher.
You know, I mean, even though it's, you know, it gets kind of weird with the movies thing, it's not a bad topic. You know, I think at least,
it's something I'm interested in talking about at least.
Yeah.
I think you really struck a chord with memes. That's too.
Yeah.
Well, I just have like a PTSD flashbacks of people playing, you know, Harlem Shake, Gangnam Style. My family doing the Gangnam Style dance in a public space. So.
Hey, we're bringing it back. Next time you're somewhere, do the Gangnam Style. It's
hell
funny.
Yeah. Only 6 years late, but we're doing it.
Go ahead, Eric. What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say, would you be willing to extend memes to also like just social media in general?
I mean, how about we just say internet? Can we just say internet?
And yeah, because I've had them, you know, memes brought up, but I've also had like family bring up like, oh, I got into this like heated Facebook argument with this person, and here's how it went, every pace of it, and I'm just like, no thanks, not interested in hearing about that at all.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, there's also stuff like I think my family has talked about Gamergate and stuff like that before.
Gamergate. Oh, I don't think anyone in my family even knows what that is, so I think you've got the leg up.
Yeah, so I think if we just say internet, I think that's probably a good pick.
Yeah, I'm about it.
I mean, there's so many things, like, I think there was some issues I had one time. I'm not going to get into it. This is going to get too personal. But basically, I think internet, we can call it, lock it in. It's the internet. Can we all agree here?
It sounded like we were about to get a juicy story, but it's okay.
You're not going to get it. I'm sorry. Okay,
Another
great.
day.
Perfect. Christian.
Hey, how are you doing, Zach?
You know what? I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing? What's your topic?
Just cutting straight to the chase, huh?
We're not doing any foreplay here.
Speaking of foreplay, last week's episode we got a little unintentional foreplay. There was a show brought up, and I don't know if it'll get brought up again, but it really struck a chord in our little Ricky's heart. I was talking about one of my favorite shows, Two Broke Girls. And Eric just popped. He popped like a little balloon.
He popped off, yeah.
And I thought this week let's talk about what the worst sitcoms are and might be.
Yeah.
I'll go first. Or maybe I won't.
Go ahead. No, you're gonna go first.
Okay. All right. I did very light research on this because I already had a choice in my head, but I thought, let me see if something really grabs me the way this one grabbed me. But I saw so many shows that failed, that just came and went. I've seen a lot of one-season shows in my days. A lot of shows that got canceled real fast, that weren't good. Most sitcoms, to be honest, aren't good. There's a lot of great ones out there, but those are more the exception. Those are more the exception than anything, because sitcoms come and go so fast because they're so, I guess, easy to make.
Yeah.
But
I don't think there's any sitcoms I like, to be honest with you.
Really?
Whoa, really?
Maybe
Seinfeld?
old ones. Okay, Seinfeld is the one exception. It's the one exception. I'll give you Seinfeld. I think Friends sucks. I think Frasier sucks. Fuck it.
Frasier?
Seinfeld's good.
All right, you've lost your mind. I don't even know. I can't even know.
Go try to rewatch Frasier now, and you won't be able to do it. I'm telling you that right now.
Listen, I bet I wouldn't be surprised if there were thousands of sitcoms made between like the 80s and now, because there's just so many, and I've enjoyed so many of them. That being said, there's one sitcom that won't die ever.
Oh my god, we have the same pick.
And I won't say it. I'll pick something else. Nope. It's too bad. I'm picking it too, Zach. This will be our first ever.
We're gonna say
Double
it at the
down.
same time.
All right.
3,
Three,
2,
two,
1.
one.
The Ellen
Big Bang
DeGeneres
Theory.
Show. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Oh.
it was The Big Bang Theory. Go ahead.
I wish I would have said the Ellen DeGeneres Show. All right. Listen, guys. The Big Bang Theory. I've seen,
We're gonna double down on this one. I'm telling
Okay.
you that.
just like the KFC Double Down, we're
Yeah.
going to double down on this. The Big Bang Theory, I've probably seen at least 10 full episodes of this show. My mom really likes it, so I've watched a lot of episodes with her. It's not good. It's not funny. I don't even find the humor in it. And there are so many times in my life where people are like, "Oh my God, you would love that show. You love all that stuff. You love comic books. You love video games." They're all like you. And then I've had a lot of people.
They sprout out those. They fucking reference those things like a fucking sprinkler shoots water.
Yeah,
so you'll love it.
They don't know how to use the references. They just say Batman and then they stop for applause.
Well, there's like one joke. I remember my friend and I, we were looking at it. There's one joke where Sheldon Cooper just says Windows 98, and then there's like a laugh.
a laugh, hold for applause.
It's like a nostalgia thing.
I don't know if you're on the same page here, Zach, but I love when people tell me that I'm like a character on The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Just any of them, one after the other. I'm like them all. I'm every one of those characters, guys. I'm all of them.
Well, I think everything has been said that needs to be said about The Big Bang Theory, honestly. Like, I think that there's not a point to bringing up this stuff over and over again, because everybody hates The Big Bang Theory, on the internet at least. Like, I think Big Bang Theory is for moms who want to feel like they're watching their children have fun.
Oh my God,
I feel like
that's
that's
sad.
what Big Bang Theory is. Because whenever I hear like a mom who's into it, they're like, "Oh, I just like it because it reminds me of my boy, and because he loves those video games and comic books." And I feel like maybe that's fine, but if we really nail down what the humor is in Big Bang Theory, it's like making a reference to a nerd thing. That's the entire point of the show.
Every
and
joke.
Making a reference to a nerd thing is not a punchline,
It has been for 10 years.
But one point I want to bring up, which I don't know if you guys feel this at all, but whenever I look at Sheldon Cooper's bazinga-looking ass, right? Whenever I see that, I have a negative physical reaction to it. Like, I honestly, it's Pavlovian how, like, whenever I see him, I just feel fucking enraged. I don't get that with any other, like, actor or anything, but whenever I see his fucking face, like, I have to turn away during that part of the Muppets movie that
I was
just gonna
ask about
because
the Muppets.
I can't look at him. It hurts me. I can't explain
Jesus. Are you saying he's ugly?
it. No, I don't think he is ugly. I think he looks like he looks like a dorky guy, but because of the show, I have such a negative reaction to his
Or
face.
the t-shirts where he's like pointing at the camera and it just says Bazinga under it.
Yeah, well, like, I encourage you both right now to go look at a picture of Sheldon Cooper and tell me that doesn't, like, physically bother you in some way.
He just always looks so, like, smirmy. Is that a word?
Smarmy?
Can we make it? Yeah, smarmy. He looks disgusting. He looks like he's up to something.
And you know what? If Young Sheldon was a sitcom, I would have picked that. But
is it not? Can we not count that?
It's not a sitcom. It's like a because there's not like a laugh track, and it's not.
I mean,
filmed on
not all
like
sitcoms. Not all sitcoms are 3-camera laugh track sitcoms.
I think that's what I consider a sitcom, anyways.
Okay, that's fair.
Because, like, I don't consider Modern Family to be a sitcom.
Kind of is, isn't it?
I guess, like, it's a comedy.
I mean, Curb Your Enthusiasm is a sitcom.
It doesn't feel like it, though. It doesn't feel like it. I feel like those are just shows. I feel like those are its own thing.
I've heard a lot of people call It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia a sitcom too.
I don't agree with that either. I don't think it is. I feel like that's just a show, a comedy show. But
Interesting.
I'm sure I'm wrong. I'm sure the definition is just like comedy that's on TV or something like that. But yeah, I think it's Big Bang Theory 2. I don't have anything else to add. I just kind of want to hear Eric riff on Two Broke Girls now if he's not
Yeah.
going to do that.
No surprise, no spoilers here. My pick's gonna be Two Broke Fucking Girls.
I thought you liked Two Broke Girls.
I hate that show so much. Oh my god. This show used to come on like before and after something I used to watch on TV, so I used to always see like a half an episode of it every night, and it was just like the worst. Like
maybe that's the torture. You should watch a full episode.
Writing and jokes. No, that's not nothing wrong with the plot.
Yeah, that's gonna make it better.
It's regular ass like sitcom plots. I mean, there have been a couple times where I've turned the TV onto that channel early and saw a full episode, or I let the whole thing play because I was like got busy with something and I just didn't turn the TV off on it. So I've seen full episodes, but just regularly I didn't see full episodes. But yeah, it is just so bad because it is like straight up trying to appeal to kind of like Big Bang Theory. It's trying to appeal to a very modern audience nowadays, which is like this subculture. No, not the Modern Family, but like this like subculture of social media that's just so into like self-deprecating, like depressive jokes and like just completely riffing on like any kind of like mental health issue and like thinking that's just gonna like make everything go away. Like there's jokes where it's just like, oh, the guy asked for the girl's number. Hey, can I get your number? And she's like, well, I could give it to you, but I'm the whole thing might turn into a suicide note. Laugh track. And then it's like
that is funny.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the whole thing. Yeah, it's just all these jokes about, oh, well, there, and then there goes that car, goodbye, and there goes all my hopes and dreams, laugh track. It's just like self-deprecating humor. It's also weird because that show makes offensive jokes too, but I can't tell if it's trying to be offensive or if it's just so tone deaf to the writing that it thinks it's just being cute when it's really kind of just being straight up racist at times. Like, so the two girls work at like a restaurant and their manager is like this very tiny like Asian man, and all the time they make jokes about him being Asian, him having a small dick, him having lots of money, him being smart at math, and like
he and the guy from Home on the Range should do like a collab. It can be two Asian men.
Should have. And then there's like a customer too who's like a black customer, and he's always doing like completely like just dumb racist things. Like he's always like he's always being creepy. He's always hitting on women. He's always like, no one likes this character in the show. It is just so like boldly like who like this person wanted to appeal to like every trope in the book, and I just don't understand it. So yeah, I just think
classic sitcom characters.
I guess for a certain audience they're classics, but I feel like now it's like this is so. I feel like even in the 90s, this would have been like, why would you write anything like this?
Yeah, but this was 2010.
Even still, like I think it got canceled, so it's done now. But it went until like 2017.
It was on for a few years, that's for sure.
It was like 6 or 7 seasons.
God, who was watching that? I don't know anyone.
Like I said, I feel like the number one audience was literally just like current modern day like social media Tumblr users who are just all about like self-deprecating depression jokes, because it was these girls
who
always
liked it. It wasn't necessarily that. It was I think critics really liked it, which is weird, but like as much as they'll like a sitcom, basically.
Did the kid critic like it?
I don't know. Can we get Lights Camera Jackson on the podcast, you think?
I mean, you're in charge. Get him in here.
I mean, I'll shoot him an email or two and see if we can get him on.
But why did they like this show?
Listen, Eric, I understand your passion. I've never seen Two Broke Girls.
It's bad.
Well,
but it's gotta be Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory's still
See,
on the air. I'm sorry, Eric.
So I have a feeling we're gonna lock it in, but I just want to say the reason why I just don't side with Big Bang Theory over this is because I feel like Big Bang Theory is lame. Big Bang Theory misses the mark. Big Bang Theory doesn't know how to write jokes. It is very kind of like shoddily put together, and it's a very weak attempt at trying to do what it does. But at the end of the day, I just don't feel like it's out of touch and as outdated and as like oddly like ignorantly as offensive as Two Broke Girls is to multiple different kinds of people.
Yeah, I get
Where-
that, and people always bring up like, oh, it's nerd blackface, but I honestly don't give a shit if you make fun of nerds. I don't
Yeah,
identify as
same.
one, so if like whatever, who gives a shit? But
Yeah, like it's bad, but like it just doesn't knock that same core in me of like how dense do you have to be to actually write this and put this on TV kind of thing.
I get that.
I guess.
But
yeah.
also, I'm also tired of the Big Bang Theory memes. I feel like the internet,
what kind of memes?
all the Bazinga stuff.
Oh,
I feel
Bazinga.
like there's so much people reference Big Bang Theory so much, like, and they hate it. And like, can we just not talk about it ever? Like, I don't want to hear about Big Bang Theory ever again, and I have to hear about it because people keep bringing it up on Twitter and on social media. I just want it to die, and I think we have to lock in Big Bang Theory just because, unless Christian's totally swayed, just because it's still on the air and it needs to die. It needs to go away. We need to kill it.
Do we know what
Guys.
season it's up to?
Fucking, it
12?
must be like, oh, is it? Let's see.
I want to say.
How many seasons?
Hey Siri, how many seasons?
Big Bang Theory. 11? 11? I guess it's... Okay, so it's coming up on 2.5 Men. And it's already surpassed Friends, which only had 10 seasons.
God, I want to go with Eric's pick because he really
He was passionate, but, I mean...
he was
Come
so
on, Christian.
passionate. It's this or Big Bang Theory though. Wait,
Hold on. Can I
Wait.
reference another joke from Two Broke Girls?
uh-huh.
There's one joke where they turn to the small Asian boss of theirs, and one of the girls goes, "Oh, you look like an ATM today," and he goes, "Oh, is that because I'm short, like the same height like an ATM?" And she goes, "No, you look like an Asian transgendered male." And he goes, "Oh, well, thank you for calling me male." And then they play laugh track.
Is that funny?
That sounds like Nog from Deep Space Nine.
Is
that voice
ATM
you
like a
just did.
thing that people say? Guys, I really wanted to pick. I wanted to pick Big Bang Theory because it's so
Big
bad.
Bang Theory, Christian. Don't fucking Christian, please. It's Big Bang Theory.
Eric-
We can't. Don't
Eric needs a
swap
win.
your. No, he doesn't. He gotta win at the beginning. He doesn't
Eric's
need a
had-
win.
He's been having a
Christian,
rough time.
no!
He's stuck in
Christian,
the Chilean
Christian,
mines.
listen to me.
It's Two Broke Girls.
Christian, no, it's
Two
Big
Broke
Bang
Girls
Theory.
sucks.
Have you ever seen Two Broke Girls, Christian?
I saw a trailer.
Then you can't say it.
It's Two Broke
You
Girls.
didn't give me Star Trek Discovery, you piece of shit. You didn't
I don't
give me
even know
that.
what that is.
It's
You
Two
didn't give me
Broke
that.
Girls.
We gotta go Big Bang Theory. We gotta fucking kill it. Christian.
Big Bang Theory lives another day.
No!
11 more seasons. Keep making it until Sheldon
This
has
is the
a
worst
kid.
upset ever. This is the worst upset I think that has ever been on the show. I don't give a shit about Two Broke Girls. It has never even crossed my mind. I've never seen a fucking single frame of the show.
Listen,
I
Zach,
don't care.
I got news for
Big
you,
Bang
buddy.
Theory I have to see every goddamn day.
CBS
I see
is
it
paying me,
everywhere
my
on
dude.
Twitter.
CBS is giving me a check, bro.
CBS needs to fucking die. They're responsible for Star Trek Discovery. They're responsible for fucking Big Bang Theory. They're responsible for Young Sheldon. I fucking hate them. I hate them.
I hope the next season of Star Trek Discovery has a cameo from the Two Broke Girls.
I hope fucking young Sheldon's in the next season of Star Trek Discovery because I'm never fucking watching it. Anyways.
You're gonna watch every episode the night it premieres. Liar.
God damn it.
Broke girls, lock it in.
Lock it in.
No.
It's already locked in.
Please.
I already pulled the lever.
Please.
The noise already
Christian,
went off.
you can't
I heard
do
it.
this to me, please.
I heard the noise.
Oh,
no going back.
God.
What a swing.
I hate this. I hate this.
happens.
This is the worst. Okay.
Hey, Zach. Bazinga.
I'm just going to kick you out the call. No, okay. Here we go.
Oh, I'm deteriorating. You
Fuck
can't
it.
tell.
Two broke girls.
Fuck it. God damn it, I'm so upset. Alright, so the roundup. For worst Comic-Con trailer, we have Titans. For worst Disney animated movie, we have Home on the Range. For worst family conversation, we have memes. Or the internet, excuse me. And for worst sitcom, we have Big Bang Theory. No, sorry. We have Two Broke Girls, which is not the correct
That's
answer.
right. Two Broke Girls? It's a different show.
What do we pick?
think
It
Two
should have
Broke
been
Girls
Big
is
Bang
worse than
Theory.
all of those.
It should have been Big Bang Theory.
The worst thing ever this week is Two Broke Girls.
No,
Two Broke
here's why it's
Girls.
got to be
Thanks for
Home on the
listening.
Range. Here's why it's got to be Home on the Range. Killed 2D animation. That's can we forgive it
Did
for
it?
that? Two Broke Girls went out silently, and there's not a trace left of it in the world. Nobody has Two Broke Girls on their mind. But
I have a
Home on
Two
the
Broke Girls
Range,
tattoo.
Home on the Range killed 2D animation at Disney. It murdered 2D animation. It's a murderer. Two
Did
Broke
it?
Girls did nothing. It did nothing offensive. I mean, it did offensive jokes,
Did a
but
lot of offensive jokes.
it's gone now. It left no trace. It's
They still
gone
play
without a
reruns
trace.
all the time.
Well, fuck it.
I saw the DVD at FYE.
Yeah, I still see it get played. I honestly didn't know it was canceled until just today when I was like looking up stuff about it just to refresh myself, and I was like, oh right, I was.
You're
like,
rewatching
this is
all
still
of season
canceled.
1.
Yeah, the whole first season. That's how you found out how they got broke.
Boy, I hate this. Okay, I guess it's Two Broke Girls. It should have
Two
been
Broke
Big Bang
Girls.
Theory, but fine. Fuck it.
Did you have something prepared
Fuck
if
it.
it was Big Bang Theory?
The show's over.
The show's just getting started.
The show's over. My name is Zack Weiss. Hey, email us your fucking topics. If
And
I
we'll
see
botch 'em.
one goddamn email referencing Two Broke Girls, I'm gonna cancel the goddamn show. Okay?
Oh, shit.
If you disagreed with us, if you want to send us a topic, email us at worst things shit.
Send us comments, concerns.
Worst
Tweet
things
Tweet 'em at me.
Shut the fuck up. Worst things podcast at
I'm scared.
gmail.com or on Twitter at worst things cast. I can't believe we picked Two Broke Girls instead of The Big Bang Theory. This is
Christian and I
this
are
is
getting
so
ready to be
upsetting.
two broke podcasts.
Yeah, we're gonna rebrand this as the Two Broke Guys podcast.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, fucking great. I need to end the show. We need to get this over with. My name's Zack Weiss. You can follow me on Twitter at Zack J Weiss. Check us out on iTunes, YouTube, all that good shit.
Hey guys, it was me, Christian Herrera, broke guy number 1. You could follow me on Twitter at DressUpDoggy. My DMs are open. Send me all the comments you have about this week's podcast, and I'll read them on the next one.
Hi, I'm Eric Bayer. I'm the second broke guy, and you can find me at Ricky Bear. Ricky like the name, Bear like the animal.
You guys should have done the first broke guy and the second broke guy at the start of the podcast.
I didn't
when you
want
guys
people to
just said
know what we
first
were going to
Tuscan
talk
fan
about.
And second Tuscan
Yeah.
fan.
Listen,
Well,
that's
just
my
save
new
it for
brand.
next week. Just say first broke
Nah.
guy next week.
I'm going to say, I want people to know that I'm still the number 1 Tuscan fan next week.
This was the worst podcast we've ever recorded. By
Hey,
far.
Worst
By
podcast?
far. It's over.
I
Goodbye.
don't know. I think the first one was pretty bad. All right, let's start recording now. Guys, did you leave? Hello? Hello?